What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Full Metal Geek. We have a very exciting episode for y'all today. Two very important matches. We have a play-in match coming up in just a little bit, the last spot to get in the tournament. But this one is very something special. Very something special. That didn't sound right, but I'm just so excited I can't put my words together. It is the final round of the Full Metal roster Gauntlet. Whoever wins this match guarantees themselves a spot on next year's Full Metal Geek roster without having to go through testing. We've all seen Nico has had an incredible run here. He's got one more match to go, and that's going to be against Subrath Sharma. Subrath has been able to just kick back, relax, and wait for this chance. He's got to win one match to do it. Let's see if he can pull it off, man, because Nico has been on a tear. But I'm done talking about it. Let's just bring in these competitors. So, introducing back into the ring, Nico Suave Regoli.
I am 18 questions or less away from a 2.5-year journey of trying to get on this roster, finally coming to a Cinderella climax.
Let's see if you can make that happen. And introducing this round's opponent, Subrath Sharma.
And I'm the person that you have to go through to get it.
All right, gentlemen. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started with round number one. Round number one works like this. Each of y'all are going to receive 6 questions throughout the world of geekdom. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer on a whiteboard or whatever you got. Every correct answer is worth 1 point. There's no bonus for getting them all correct. Do remember, gentlemen, keep your hands as visible as possible throughout the entire time. Remember, for this entire match, you do have 3 repeats. There are no challenges. So, before we get started, Nico, are you ready?
Yes.
Subrath, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, gentlemen. Your first question is going to come from the category of the World of DC, or the DCEU. In Shazam, what is the name of Billy's foster brother who becomes his best friend and helps him make his Shavan videos to test his powers?
Do you just need first name?
I just need the first name of the character.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, boards up, and we start with Nico.
Freddy.
And Subrath?
I didn't get it.
All right, that's 1 up for Nico. Freddy was the correct answer. Your second question, gentlemen, is going to come from the MCU. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In Iron Man, who hired the 10 rings to kill Tony? The movie that started it all, it's due for a rewatch again. I did a full MCU rewatch, and I'm kind of thinking about doing it again. 5, 4, 3, 2. Actually, no, I still haven't watched Far From Home. 1. All right, pens down, boards up, and this time we start with Subrath. And Nico?
Shoot. I wrote Tobias Stain. I screwed up his first name.
Obadiah Stane was the correct answer. Tied 1-1. As we get into your third question, gentlemen, this one comes from the category of Star Trek. Star Trek. What is the name of the multi-purpose handheld device used in the Star Trek series for scanning and analysis? This is used throughout of all the Star Trek series. What is its name? And I got to give you, gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, boards up. We start with Nico.
I don't even know if this is close. A lithium tricorder?
And Subrath. Didn't have it? Tricorder is correct. I'm going to accept that. You did. Tricorder is correct.
So I got it right then?
I'm going to give you that point. You had the tricorder. I don't have lithium here, but you have tricorder. I'm going to give you the point.
Okay.
All right. Your next question, gentlemen, and this is going to be in the category of just DC. This is DC outside of DC EU, at least until the Flash movie, because we don't know what movies are going to be included in that. What was Wayne Manor turned into after Bruce's supposed death in The Dark Knight Rises?
To take a page out of your book, how specific?
Not too specific. There's pretty much only one answer. 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And this time we go to Subrath.
It was like a combination of a student hostage.
And Nico?
Orphanage.
I will accept both answers. Orphanage is what we were looking for. 3-2 as we get into the next question. This is question number 5. Question is, name one dwarf who accompanies Thorin up Ravenhill to kill Azog in The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. He was accompanied by multiple. I just need one of their names. I will not tell you how many went with him. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens down. This time we start with Nico.
Keeley?
And Subrath.
I did.
Didn't have it? Horribly misspelled, but Keeley is a correct answer. I will accept it, even though it was terribly misspelled. You said it right. It was Keeley. Also, Feely and Dwalin were acceptable answers. All right, gentlemen, and your last question is question number 6. This comes in the category of Marvel. So this is Marvel outside of the MCU. In X-Men, Rogue first discovers her powers when she's doing what? I'll be a little lenient on this answer, but there is something we are looking for. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, boards up. We start with Subrath.
This is a boyfriend.
And Nico?
Kissing her then boyfriend.
Both correct. All right, so after round number 1, nice little tight game. It is 5-3 in favor of Nico. As we get into round number 2 works like this, everyone. We will bring up the wheel. This wheel has 6 categories on it. There is no spinner or opponent's choice. Each competitor will get a spin at the wheel. Whatever category it lands on, they will get 3 questions from it, each worth 2 points. If they're not sure of the answer, they can go to multiple choice. However, it does take the value down to 1. Keep in mind, you are allowed to respin if you don't like the category, and there is stealing in this round. Now, Nico, since you are in the lead, I will show you all the categories, and then you will be able to decide whether you would like to spin first or defer to your opponent. And the categories for today are going to be Star Trek, Worlds of DC, MCU, Wizarding World, Marvel, and Star Wars. So, Nico, seeing all those categories, would you like to spin first or defer?
I will let my opponent go first.
All right. So we are going to spin the wheel. Spin is away for Subrath. And it lands on Star Trek. Subrath, would you like to keep that category or use your respin?
I'm not using my respect.
All right. He is elected to use his respin. Whatever it lands on this time, he will be taking. And looks like the fates have decided you will be taking the questions from Star Trek. So, just remember, Subrath, keep your hands up where I can see them. You don't have to write the answers down. Just answer within the 15 seconds. Are you ready? All right. Your first question. In Insurrection, what race are the villainous creatures who want to relocate to Baku?
The Klingons?
Nico, a chance for a 2-point steal.
The Sona?
That is correct for a big 2 points.
Sure, multiple choice.
All right. Subrath, your next question. Near what planet did Scotty discover Admiral Marcus's ship, the USS Vengeance, in Star Trek Into Darkness?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Saturn, B, Venus, C, Mars, or D, Jupiter.
And Saturn. Final answer.
I'm sorry, say again?
Saturn. A.
A, Saturn? That is incorrect. Nico, a chance for a 1-point steal. Your options once again are A, Saturn, B, Venus, C, Mars, or D, Jupiter.
I think it's Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct for 1 point. And Subrath, your final question. Who pretends to be captain of the Enterprise when the crew is landing on Nimbus 3 in The Final Frontier? Five.
Chekhov? Was it Chekhov?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Chekhov is correct for a big 2 points. So after that, Subrath getting his score up to 5, but Nico with those steals is still 3 points ahead as he gets into his spin. We bring back up the wheel. Nico, your spin is away.
If it lands on Star Wars, I'm going to go buy some scratch-off tickets.
Well, I wouldn't do that because it landed on Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that or use your respin and see if you want to go get those tickets?
He did pick that as a strength. It's kind of ballsy. Yeah. I'm going to keep it.
All right. Deciding to keep it. All right. Here we go. All right, gentlemen, remember, both of you keep your hands up and I ask these questions. All right, here we go. Nico, your first question in Worlds of DC. Which of the birds of prey is shot by Sionis during the final battle?
Renee Montoya?
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Which member of the Justice League has spiked adrenaline levels that set off Superman after his resurrection?
I just watched this before the match. Aquaman.
That is correct for another 2 big points. So, this is where we are at once again. If Nico can answer this question without allowing a steal, he will knock out Subrath and win the roster gauntlet. If he misses it, Subrath may have a chance to steal. Even if he only steals 1 point, the game is on. So, Nico, all you have to do is answer it right. Are you ready?
No pressure.
In Batman v Superman, what ocean do the divers discover kryptonite in?
Here comes the Hail Mary shot for all the marbles. Is it the Indian Ocean?
And And your winner, Nico Suave Regoli. Subrath, you put up a hell of a fight, man. We'll see you around. Nico, my friend, my buddy, my partner, you've made it. It is done. Not only did you win this, not only did you guarantee yourself a spot on next year's roster, you will join that roster with a record of 2-0. How does that feel?
If you think about everything I've gone through to get to this point, it feels incredible. Like, I was in the first roster play-in match that Full Metal Geek ever had. The back then, that was 2.5 years ago, I didn't know shit about a lot of these movies. And Eli McKay just made me look like a total nobody. Then Trivia for Thon 1, you gave me that chance to get on the roster against Harley Boric, and I just fell completely from exhaustion from having to do so many matches in 1 month to get that stream to work. And then I came that close when I played Eli in that other exhibition the year after, but just couldn't remember how a truck got destroyed in Man of Steel. Now, 6 very condensed wins later, I am on the roster. I have a 2-0 record. I mean, some people could say semantics, I might be 6-3, but 2-0 officially. It feels good. It feels good. It feels long overdue. And after so many times of you and Robert basically saying, you're not ready yet, come back next time and try again, I'm finally ready. I've shown that I'm finally ready. And whoever I end up having to play first, you now know that I'm ready. It's not going to be an easy match for you, whoever gets paired up with me first, and I'm going to make sure it's as difficult as I can make it.
Absolutely, man. Well, no one here will ever doubt your skills. No one usually does, but definitely after this, no one will doubt that you belong here in Geek. And we appreciate you going through it, man, and we look forward to seeing you next season. Once again, man, congratulations. We will definitely be seeing you again.
Dreams do come true, bitches.
All right, everyone, that does it for the roster gauntlet. Nico Suave Regoli has earned his spot on next year's roster, but that was just as exciting. So let's go ahead, move on to the main event for the play-in match for the last spot in the tournament. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Full Metal Geek. We just had an exciting last round of the Full Metal Gauntlet. Congratulations to the winner, because I'm filming all these out of order, so I'm going to act like I don't know who won yet. But y'all saw the winner. Congratulations to him. He has guaranteed a spot for himself on next year's roster. And now we come to the last regular match of this season before the tournament, and that is the one play-in match we have. And this is Mark Camire versus Albert Wiradharma, two gentlemen who are 0-2 in this league, but anybody, especially them, would tell you they are better than an 0-2. This is their last chance this season to try to prove that. There's really nothing left to say but to just talk to these guys real quick. So we will talk first to Mr. Mark Camire, and his buddy today is Mr. Jay Burns, who we'll see later in the tournament, but right now he's just helping out Mark today. Mark, it's really been a long time, man. The last time we saw you, you had that really, really close match with Ryan Payne, dude. The dude had to go perfect just to beat you, but he beat you, and it made you go 0-2. It made you have to sit out for a long time. How are you feeling about this, man?
I'm feeling like every single time I finally pop up in these leagues, I'm having to face someone that I have previously faced in either another league or the same league, and it's just around and around we go. If it's not Jacoby, it's Ryan. If it's not Ryan, now it's Albert. Albert's a new guy. Before that, it was Dominic, which gave me my first loss in this league by one question. So that seems to be my unfortunate fate in Full Metal Geek. However, I am feeling quite confident this time around. I think this is going to be my redemption match, if you were. And I wouldn't do this without my brother in arms, Jay Burns, at my side.
You know what? Let's be real here. My man's is not Michael Jackson. He is not Billie Jean. He is not the one that you fuck with. My man's out here ready to destroy. He's got an arsenal. That's cool. We got a maniac. I mean, we're out here. We're ready to answer some questions. We know exactly what we're going to do. And he's going to show you today that he is better than an 0-2 record. Fuck Robert Schwenke. And sometimes you just get a mismatch, and it's unfortunate. This ain't a mismatch today.
All right. Well, good luck to you, gentlemen. And now we will speak with his opponent, and that is Albert Wiradharma and his representation in Adelaide. Albert, we've seen you a little bit more recently. We saw you at the Brawl. You know, your team won. You got paired up with Ryan. You couldn't win that team match to try to go for a title shot, but you've had more play than Mark has this season because of that. Mm-hmm. Do you see that as an advantage going into this?
Yeah, I absolutely see that as an advantage. More playing time definitely means that I'm less rusty. I got more prep. I've been given a lot of opportunities in this league. It haven't necessarily paid off, but I'm trying to prove today that I definitely deserve to have a spot in this league.
Adelaide, any words for your client here?
I think what me and Jake can both bond over is our players sort of got screwed in their last two matches. I mean, Albert lost to a fucking sandwich, and Richard Schwartz playing the game of his life, not against Jeremy Adams. Albert's here to come back, and I'm sorry, Mark. I'm a big fan of you. You're a really nice guy. I like talking to you with you. I like working with you. This is Albert's time to shine. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He is a massively under-respected and under-proven player. You guys do not know what this man can bring to the table, and he is ready to show you why you should respect on the Arsenal.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this going. This is for, as they say, all the marbles. Gentlemen, we are going to start this match, as we always do, with round number one. Round number one works like this. Each of you will receive 10 questions from throughout the world of geekdom, 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once time is up, you will reveal your answer and vocalize it. Every correct answer is worth 1 point. If either or both of you go perfect in this round, there will be a bonus question at the end. Keep in mind, gentlemen, for the entire match, you have 3 repeats and 1 challenge available to you. And with all that going on, Jay, stop talking to the private chat. You're distracting me. Anyways, Mark, are you ready?
Ready.
Albert, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, gentlemen, your first question is going to come in everyone's favorite category, and that is mixed bag. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way, gentlemen. Name 2 performers who are in both Sin City and Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. 2 performers. I'm a big fan of the first movie, not of the second, so I would not actually know the answer to this question, but I could probably take a good guess. I don't know if I'd guess 2 correct answers, but we'll find out if these guys got it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see what I did there? It's a lot easier when I'm by myself. Let's go ahead and start with Mark.
Mickey Rourke and Rosario Dawson.
And Albert?
I just went Bruce Willis and John Malkovich.
Mark has 2 acceptable answers. Albert, unfortunately, John Malkovich was not an acceptable answer. The acceptable answers were Jessica Alba, Mickey Rourke, Rosario Dawson, Jamie King, Bruce Willis, Powers Booth, Frank Miller, and Robert Rodriguez. So Mark taking an early lead there, but it's only 1 point. As we get into your next question, gentlemen, this is in the category of Middle Earth. What is the name of the fortress that Saruman resides in, which contains the Tower Orthanc? Man, I did really good in the first question, and then I ran out of things to say. This is why sometimes I just need a co-host to fill in that dead air, even if it's just with the winds of change are coming, like that. 5,
I'll pull double duty if you want
4,
me to.
3, 2, 1. I'd rather you not. And Jay, maybe another time. All right, Albert, your answer.
Isengard.
And Mark.
How do they not know by the look of this thing the guy was a bad guy? Isengard.
Not spelled right, but you pronounced it right, so I will take that.
I mean,
right,
it's Middle Earth, man. You're going to have to...
I got you. It's okay. It is pronounced correctly. All right. Your next question, gentlemen. Question number 3 is going to come in the category of Marvel. This is non-MCU Marvel. In X-Men First Class, Who saves Eric from drowning as he tries to stop Shaw from escaping in a submarine? I'm a big fan of this movie because I don't know why I have a really soft spot for Banshee when it comes to the X-Men.
I cannot stand this movie.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I like that Banshee's in it.
I do love that Banshee's in it. And I thought they got a good actor for it. Hopefully that's not the answer in 5.
He should have been
4,
Scottish, but
3, 2, 1. Yeah, he was like German or something. I don't know. Albert.
Charles Xavier.
I was supposed to give you for Mark, but what's your answer, Mark?
Charles Xavier.
All right, both correct. It's okay. I know what I'm doing. I've done this like 200 times already. Your next question, gentlemen. We are now going into the MCU. So this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Your question. What is the name of the terrorist organization that was hired to kill Tony Stark in Iron Man? There's a dog barking somewhere. I feel your pain, dog. I hope he's doing like Brian Griffin and he's actually just telling other dogs to F off. I hope it's in some ways that's what's happening with that dog right now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will go to Mark this time.
We'll see him again real soon. The 10 Rings.
And Albert.
The 10 Rings.
That is correct for both of you. And to the man in the crowd, Jay, they were actually hired to kill him. Once they realized the target was Tony Stark, they held him for more money. And then when they didn't get it, they told him to build the missile. So in your face. But anyways, your next question is going to come in the category of Star Trek. What 2 crew members are blasted by energy beams from the supposed God in The Final Frontier? Editors, if you can get my little rant at Jay out of there, that'd be awesome. But keep this part me explaining that there was a rant, but you get that you took it out.
Nope.
That just makes it more fun.
Nope.
Context. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Albert.
I said James T. Kirk and Spock.
And Mark.
Spock and Kirk.
Different orders, but both are correct. It was Spock and Kirk. All right, gentlemen, your next question. This is question number 6. Comes in the category of heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. What comic book movie features Danny Huston playing the leader of a group of vampires? It's Huston or Houston. I think it actually is pronounced like the great city in my state. It is Houston. That's what I thought. I always say Huston just by the look of it because I'm from Texas. We spell Houston a different way. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And we go to Mark.
One of the best vampire movies ever, 30 Days of Night.
And Albert.
I wrote on Blade Trinity.
30 Days of Night is correct. Mark now taking a 2-point lead and still going perfect through the 6 questions. We now get into question number 7. This is in the category of the Wizarding World. In a flashback in the Crimes of Grindelwald, it is revealed that Newt Scamander was in which house at Hogwarts? Just a fun fact for everyone. That is not how the question was written. I totally rewrote it in my head at the minute because I did not like the way Robert wrote it, but he's okay with me doing that sometimes. We'll see afterwards if he liked it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Albert.
The best house out there, Hufflepuff.
And Mark.
Boo, Hufflepuff.
Both are correct. All right, gentlemen, your 8th question. This is going to be in the worlds of DC, so the DC EU. In Batman v Superman, what is the full name of the Wayne employee played by Scott McNeary, whose legs were injured during the destruction of Metropolis? First and last name. I do apologize about that. It is Scoot. I read it too fast. I thought I saw Scott. It is Scoot. And I knew that. I apologize, Jay. So I'll give y'all a couple extra seconds for that correction. I doubt you needed it because everyone probably knew who I was talking about anyways, because his name's classic. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And we go to Mark first.
I probably screwed up. Wally West.
And Albert.
Wallace Keith.
That is correct from Albert. Wallace Keith was the answer. Now breaking down the lead to only 1 point once again as we get into your penultimate question, gentlemen. This is going to come in the category of DC. So this is outside of the DC EU. What state does the majority of The Kitchen take place in? Yes, this is a movie in this category. Go figure. That's all I can say about that. Haven't seen it yet. Kind of want to. Like the actresses in it. Probably should have watched it already. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Albert.
I wrote New York.
And Mark.
New York.
Both correct. It was New York. All right, gentlemen. And this will be your final question in round number 1. There will be no perfect rounds today. And this is going to come in the category of Star Wars. When we first see Grand Moff Tarkin in A New Hope, he informs his allies that what has been dissolved? What indeed? Kind of unrelated. I really liked Rogue One, except what they did to Grand Moff Tarkin's face. It was really obvious that it wasn't real.
He
Can't
looked
help
better than Leia.
He did, though. He did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. But they probably put more time into him because he was on screen longer. But let's go to Albert.
I wrote Alderaan.
And Mark.
I also wrote Alderaan.
Is incorrect. We were looking for the Senate had been dissolved. The Senate had officially been dissolved. All right. So after that round, very good first round for both competitors. It is a 1-point game. It is 8-7 as we get in round number 2. Gentlemen, round number 2 will work like this. I will present you both with a wheel. This wheel has 10 slices on it, 8 categories, and hero and villains pick. You will each get a spin at the wheel. Whatever category you land on, you will receive 5 questions, each worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can go to multiple choice. However, it takes the value down of the question to 1. If during your spin, you are allowed to respin unless you land on villains pick first. All right, and that is all the rules for that round. So, Mark, since you are in the lead, I will bring in your manager. Why is nothing working? There's Jay.
What up, baby? All right.
And then I
Let's
will
hear
bring
this
up the wheel. I will present all the categories to you, and then you can decide whether you would like to spin first or defer to your opponent. Gentlemen, your categories for this evening will be DC, Worlds of DC, Directors and Composers, the MCU, Wizarding World, Star Trek, Star Wars, and Marvel. So, Mark, after hearing all those categories, would you like to spin first or defer?
Jay, we got a 1-point lead. I ain't mad at the wheel.
I was going to say, this is a favorable wheel, man. I mean, there's really not anything on here that you're afraid of.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanna let him spin first, get a couple of steals, know what you're working with, and then come through and just sweep round 2?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Let's go ahead and defer.
Okay.
All right. Will be a defer, so we will take out Jay and add Adelaide.
Sweep is a big word.
And Albert, your spin is away. And it just misses Hero's pick and lands on Marvel. Albert, would you like to keep that category or use your respin?
I'm also liking this wheel, Albert. I think we can take the risk. I don't think there's anything there that really scares us.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the respin. Hopefully.
All right. Whoosh.
All right. The respin is away. Whatever it lands on this time, you will be answering from.
Oh, okay.
And it is Hero's pick. So, Albert, you may choose any of the 8 categories to answer your questions from. Do you need a reminder, or do you know which category you'd like to take?
I think we're good. So I know we picked Star Trek for this match. However, now that we have carte blanche, I'm wondering if maybe we just take MCU. You're still feeling pretty confident in it?
Yeah, I think I'll take MCU.
All right. You got this, buddy.
All right. MCU is what it will be. And as soon as I get everything in order. There we go. All right. Gentlemen, both of you remember to keep your hands up at all time during this round. And Albert, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Your first question in the MCU. What U.S. landmark does Peter's academic decathlon team visit after winning the championship in Spider-Man Homecoming?
The Washington Monument.
That is correct for 2 points and the lead. Your next question. Which of Thor's friends is originally from Vanaheim revealed in Thor the Dark World?
Hogan.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your third question. What is the name of Hawkeye's wife, played by Linda Cardellini in Age of Ultron?
Laura.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your fourth question. In Captain America, the First Avenger, after a heartfelt conversation, Dr. Erskine won't let Steve drink what kind of alcohol?
I'll take the multiple choices.
Your multiple choice options are A, brandy, B, schnapps, C, beer, or D, gin. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Beer.
Mark, a chance for a 1-point steal. Your options once again are A, brandy, B, schnapps, C, beer, or D, gin.
It is schnapps.
It is schnapps for the 1-point steal. And Albert, your final question in the category of the MCU. Which MCU character's real name is Tanlir Tivan?
The Collector.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, so after that, Albert does get his score up to 15. Mark got that 1-point steal, bringing his score up to 9. But it is now Mark's turn at the wheel. So we bring back in his representation, and we bring back up the wheel. And Mark, your spin is away.
Would have loved those questions.
Right.
And it lands on DC in your first spin. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I mean, again, I ain't mad at it. It's definitely one of the favorable categories. What do you think, Jay? Should I go for it?
Honestly, if they're going to be that level, I would say keep it. I mean, you've got a pretty good DC knowledge to rival anybody in any of the leagues. So, I mean, if you feel comfortable with it, I say let's take it.
Yeah, let's take it.
All right, so we'll be taking the category of DC. All right. Gentlemen, remember, keep hands in view. Mark, are you ready for your questions in DC?
Uh-huh.
All right, your first question. In The Losers, who plays Franklin Clay, the de facto leader of the group?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Where is Arthur working when a gun falls out of his costume in Joker?
At a, I guess it's a hospital with, in the children's ward. So I guess children's hospital or just hospital. We'll say children's hospital.
That is correct. We would have just accepted hospital, but children's hospital is the full answer. So 2 points there. Your next question. In Batman 89, when Joker kills a mob boss with a pin on some steps, many of Joker's goons are dressed as what?
Well, they're clown mimes. They're mimes.
Mimes is correct for 2 points and ties the game with Albert. And you have 2 questions left. Your fourth question. Which part of Robin's body is comically small in Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
Oh man. I just want to hear the options. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, his hands, B, his nose, C, his ears, or D, his feet.
His nose?
Albert, your chance now for a 1 point steal. Your options once again are A, his hands, B, his nose, C, his ears, or D, his feet.
His hands.
That is correct. He does have baby hands for 1 point. So with that, Albert retakes the lead, but Mark does still have one question to tie it or take the lead back himself. Mark, your last question. Besides California, what U.S. state is Lex Luthor's other missile heading towards in 1978's Superman?
New York.
Albert, a chance for a 2 point steal.
New Jersey.
That is correct for 2 big points. Wow, so with that right there, with that steal, Albert now takes a 3 point lead over Mark. It is 18-15 as we get into the final round. Gentlemen, round number 3 works like this. I will present you now with another wheel. This wheel only has 6 categories on it, each with 3 questions, a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 5-pointer. You will spin the wheel 3 times, each getting a question of that point value, and if you get it correct, you will get that many points. We will stay with the competitor who is behind until they take the lead over their opponent. Keep in mind, gentlemen, you are allowed 1 respin for this round, but only 1. So if you choose to respin on your 2-pointer, you cannot respin on the 3 and the 5. So we will bring in Jay, since Mark is behind right now. I will present all the categories to the players, and we will get started. Gentlemen, your round 3 categories are going to be Middle Earth, Star Trek, Mixed Bag, Wizarding World, DC, and Marvel. And with that, Mark, your first spin is away for 2 points.
I mean, the 2-pointer is a wash, but
Yeah.
I say we take it.
Lands on Middle Earth.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right, they will be taking Middle Earth. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, Mark, for 2 points to come within 1 of Albert. Which Middle Earth film ends with the credits song titled Into the West?
Return of the King.
We will accept just the subtitle. That is correct for 2 points.
Lord of the Rings 3, The Return of the King.
That would technically be incorrect because there is no 3. So luckily, I took
I know.
for you.
It's just like how specific you want it.
But you are still 1 point behind, so we will go into your 3-point spin now as we bring up the wheel. All categories are now eligible once again. Here we go. And it lands on Star Trek. Would you like to keep that for your 3-pointer or use your respin?
No, that's I need to put points on the board, so that's gonna be a respin.
Works for me.
All right, Mark using his 1 respin for this round right now. And it took him back to Middle Earth. So
We'll take it.
Be taking that. Not like you have a choice, Jay.
Hey, I know.
All right, staying in Middle Earth. Mark for 3 points to take the lead. Which dwarf is shot with a poisoned arrow in the Desolation of Smaug?
Keeley.
That is correct for 3 points and the lead. I put too many hash marks. There it is. All right, so with that, it is now Albert's turn. So we will bring in Adelaide. And we'll bring back up the wheel for you two. And keep in mind, y'all, Middle Earth is off the table for this spin as the 2-pointer spin is away.
Why is Mixed Bag always here?
Because Robert's a jackass. And that's what you get for talking about it, because now it's mixed bag.
It's a 2. Albert, you think you yeah.
I want to save my respin for later.
Yep, so we got it.
All right. Give me 1 second. Why is nothing working again? There it goes.
Can you guys hear the music in the background?
All right, Albert, your 2-pointer question in mixed bag to tie the game. What is the subtitle to the Ninja Turtles film released in 2016?
Out of the Shadows.
That is correct for 2 points and the tied game. However, like we said, tie does nothing in this league. You must take the lead. So we will bring back in Adelaide and bring back up the wheel. And once again, Middle Earth is off the table. Adelaide, don't talk shit about the categories because here goes the spin.
What's not here? I love the DCEU. It's a bunch of wonderful, amazing films.
Nope, it knows you're lying because guess what? It landed on mixed
Fuck
bag
you.
for you again. Would you like to keep that for 3 points or use your respin?
It's a tie game. We could risk it, but then we're guaranteed whatever we get for our 5, because I think Mark's going to hit his pretty much no matter what.
So you think I should take this? Because I'm thinking.
Well, so did you prep mixed bag for the brawl?
No.
Okay. I'm thinking we respin unless we feel confident.
I am also thinking the same thing.
Okay. So we respin?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Your respin is now away. Whatever it lands on this time, you will be taking, unless it lands on Middle Earth. Then that's a free respin. And of course, that's what it does, because this wheel just likes to do that to me every single freaking time.
You're welcome.
And this time it actually lands on a different coordinate. It's going to be Star Trek. Star Trek. All right. So, Albert, for 3 points to retake the lead in the category of Star Trek. Name 2 of the 3 governments represented at the meeting invaded by Cybok in Star Trek: The Final Frontier.
So you need the not the character names, right? But like what they represent.
If you need that clarification, I can only do that by repeating the question, so you'd have to use a repeat.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the Romulan and the Klingon governments.
Those are both acceptable answers. That is correct for 3 points. The only other answer was the Federation or Terran governments. So, with that, Albert does retake the lead. So, we are at one crossroad that we could possibly come at. We are going to bring back Jay. It is Mark's 5-point spin. He has used his respin. All right, so we are at a possible crossroads, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Camire does have his 5-pointer spin coming up. He has used his respin, so whatever it lands on this time, he will be taking the question from, since he is going first. If he hits it, he will send it back to Albert, forcing him to answer his 5-pointer. If he misses, Albert will win and move on to the tournament. So we will bring back up the wheel one more time for you, Mr. Camire.
Mm-hmm.
And the spin is away. And looks like it will be Marvel, category of Marvel.
Breathe. You got 3 repeats. Roll your shoulders. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we say goodbye to Jay. And he is correct, Mark. Keep in mind, you do still have all 3 repeats available. So, Mark, are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right. For 5 points in the category of Marvel. What is the passcode phrase to send out the antidote to Poppy's drug in Kingsman: The Golden Circle?
Oh, yeah, I guess this is technically Marvel.
4,
You
3.
get a repeat.
As your first repeat. What is the passcode phrase to send out the antidote to Poppy's drug in Kingsman: The Golden Circle? Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2. Second repeat. What is the passcode phrase to send out the antidote to Poppy's drug in Kingsman: The Golden Circle? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Last repeat. What is the passcode phrase to send out the antidote to Poppy's drug in Kingsman: The Golden Circle? Five, 4.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
And your winner, Albert Wiradharma. The answer was Viva Las Vegan. Viva Las Vegan was the correct answer. So we will say bye to Albert for right now. Bring back in Jay to talk with them. Mark, another hard-fought match by you, man. It was a great round 1, but that slip up in round 2, man. Do you wish you would have gone multiple choice on that New Jersey question?
Well, no, because it was either, my guesses were either New York or New Jersey, and for whatever reason, I couldn't fathom why it would possibly be New Jersey. But it's been a long time since I've revisited the OG Superman. So, either way, it was a 50-50 shot. I'm sure New York was both New Jersey and New York were probably in the multiple categories in that moment, so it wouldn't have mattered. I'd have gone New York anyway. But that, and I guess I need to watch Teen Titans Go to the movies, because this is not the first time that movie has popped up in a match. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at my performance today. I wish I had gone the perfect round, but you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. And Albert proved why he belongs in the geek realm. He absolutely does. And I've got nothing against Albert or Adelaide, either one. This was a good match, well fought, and he was the better victor this time.
Jay, like I said, it's sad to see your representation go down like that. But on the bright side, now in the tournament, you technically have a shot at revenge because y'all would have been on the same side of the bracket had he gone into the tournament. So now maybe down the line, you have a chance to get some revenge for your guy here. What do you think about that?
You know what? I love that, but I also would love to put my knowledge up against Mark any day. We are teammates, so we do cover each other's weaknesses and our bases pretty well. So to see whether or not we could beat each other in a full-on certified match would be one thing. Maybe Lex Luthor's assistant should have put her mother in a better city than Hoboken, New Jersey, and we would have been fine. No, this was great. 23-20 is a winning match in almost anything. 20 points will win you a Geek match in almost any other match in this league. So, and I said it at the beginning of this match, 2-0-2s putting up 20 points isn't really heard of. Because it goes to show that both of them aren't 0-2 players. Sometimes the questions just don't go your way, and that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate as all hell. This one was just Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I don't nobody want to watch that movie. The only reason to watch that movie is for the Stan Lee cameo. Spoilers. Rest in peace. But good on Adelaide, great on Albert. After the last match that I saw Albert in, which was against my buddy Richard Schwartz, Mr. Carefree, shout outs to him. I was a little worried that Albert was going to be shook every time that he played anybody. But Albert just showed that he's no halfway crook. He showed that he is dangerous in any degree, and props to both of them. But props to Mark for coming in, getting an almost perfect round in round one, stealing an answer in round two. You know, sometimes RNGesus just doesn't like you. There's nothing you can do about that. I guess that's what happens when we're sinners. But yeah, good on y'all. And Mark, I hope to play you one day, buddy. Like we've played a couple of matches off the books. But I'd love to be an official match where we can just go head to head. I think that would be fun as hell.
It would be a good bout. Yeah, maybe one day that'll happen.
Well, you got a little bit of work to do, Mark, because with this, you will go back into testing if you choose to. So you got to fight your way back in. But if you get in, who knows? That maybe can happen. We'll see. But good job tonight, gentlemen. And we'll see you guys when we see you. Jay, we'll see you later on in the tournament. Mark, great job tonight. And we will now speak with our winner today. That is Albert. Albert, it's like it could have gone to either of you. And for either of y'all, I would say this. It's a long time coming to finally get your first win here in Full Metal Geek. How's it feel?
It feels great finally getting the win in Full Metal Geek. Again, like I said in the promo, I've been given a lot of opportunities to play either just in singles or like in the brawl and everything. So yeah, it finally feels great that I finally get the win here.
And so now with that win, it does put you in the tournament, but it puts you at the 15th seed, which means your first round match will be against Amaru Moses. Adelaide, how do you prepare for a monster like that?
I mean, I've done it twice already. Like, I'm managing two of the best players currently playing this division, David and Albert. David's already beaten Amaru twice, and I'll put that same strategy towards beating him with Albert. And I want to take this time right now to say, like I said in the private chat, but I'll say it on air. Mark got screwed Mark didn't get screwed. We got very lucky with the wheel today. Round two immensely favored us, and yes, Albert did do great in the steals. That's not reflective of how this match could go 50-50 either way. And Mark, I really hope you get your next win if you test back in or anything, because you are a great player, and I hate seeing you lose. So even though I guess Albert, because I'd like to see him win, but I hope to see you back in this area of competition pretty soon.
All right. Well, like I said, we will see you on the tournament. Adelaide, we're going to see you twice in the tournament, so we're looking forward to that. But great job tonight. Well-deserved win. We'll see y'all next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that does it for us here at Full Metal Geek. Next time is the tournament. It finally starts. I don't know which match is coming first because we're going to figure that out later, but it's coming, and it's going to be awesome. We will see which 8 competitors in round one will protect their spots on next year's roster. For everybody, for Mark, for Jay, for Adelaide, and for Albert, I've been your host. I keep forgetting to introduce myself at the beginning, man. I got to start doing it. I'm your host, RJ Rene Villarreal, the Red Ranger. We will see you guys next time here on Full Metal Geek.